We are just weeks away from the final episode of Gojuger, and at the same time, the end of the long-running Super Sentai series as a whole. Toei pointed to increased competition as the primary cause of the franchise's decline and eventual cancellation. And while that assessment isn't wrong, there was a more specific factor that led to the series being axed, and that is the massive decline in merchandise sales. Super Sentai's toy sales have taken a nosedive over the past decade, with 2014's Tokuger being the last series to earn over 10 billion yen in domestic toy sales. So first, what is the main reason for this decline? Longtime writer Kiyoshi Tanei and many other experts attribute the drop in toy sales and viewership to Japan's declining birth rate, which has affected not only Super Sentai, but children's programming as a whole. And even with the declining birth rate, the kids who are around are more interested in playing smartphone games than playing with toys and watching weekly Tokusatsu episodes. Luckily for Toku, President Nishi of TV Asahi acknowledged that he is aware of the shrinking birth rate, but emphasized that TV Asahi has an all-target strategy, which means they still consider children's programming to be essential. But this issue with the declining birth rate does not tell the whole story. Kamen Rider, which is also a children's show and airs back-to-back with Super Sentai, has survived and even thrived in the same environment. While Super Sentai's toy sales in Japan continued to dip, Kamen Riders surged, reaching heights of 20 to 30 billion yen annually. This is because Kamen Rider targets not only children but also teens and young adults by utilizing darker themes, more complex storytelling, and richer character arcs. Because of this, Kamen Rider has earned big by selling roleplay items like weapons and henshin devices to older fans who are willing to spend a lot of money to build their personal collections. Okay, so, knowing this, how did Super Sentai manage to survive and keep pace with Kamen Rider all this time? In the past, Super Sentai was able to keep up with Kamen Rider by generating massive toy revenue internationally thanks to the Power Rangers franchise. For decades, Super Sentai's global identity was tied to Power Rangers. More fans around the world associate these characters with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers than they do with Zyuranger, and to Toei, that didn't matter because they still made money off the Power Rangers brand. But that all changed when Power Rangers was sold to Hasbro in mid-2018, which led to a major change in toy rights. This change meant that Bandai, the maker of Super Sentai and Power Rangers toys, lost global sales, cutting Super Sentai's revenue nearly in half for the 2019 fiscal year. The 2020 fiscal year was the first full year without any Power Rangers income, dropping Sentai's toy sales to just under 7 billion yen. Regardless of what Toei said, this was obviously the biggest factor behind the decision to cancel Super Sentai. If Super Sentai were ever to return, Toei would need to make major changes in order for the series to stay on par with Kamen Rider. To do that, the show would need to attract the key 12 and older shonen and seinen audience by using more mature themes and stronger storytelling, since these age groups are the primary drivers of Sentai merchandise sales. As for the merchandise itself, Bandai will need to shift its focus towards selling roleplay items like henshin devices, weapons, and collectible gimmicks, while expensive giant mecha take more of a back seat. Toei is already aware that roleplay items are more profitable than mecha, as evidenced by Tegasword, which serves as a weapon, henshin device, and mecha all in one. But that doesn't mean mecha have to be irrelevant. Would having better designs and articulation make mecha more appealing to older fans? I don't know. But people often point out that there are other mecha that outshine Super Sentais by offering intricate and unique transformations, multiple forms, and great posability. So yes, better toy engineering could revive interest in the mecha. Regardless of what Super Sentai does, it cannot return in the same form that it left in, and Sentai fans will have to come to terms with that. While Sentai is on hiatus, Kamen Rider and Project R.E.D will continue pushing boundaries and redefining the genre. Any lessons learned along the way will inevitably shape Super Sentai's eventual return, and in the end, maybe that's for the best. Do you prefer Kamen Rider over Super Sentai? And what changes do you think would make Sentai more successful? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, be sure to like the video and subscribe to Project Tokusatsu HQ for more news and discussions about Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, Project R.E.D, and all your favorite Toku series. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.